this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you royal and we proud.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you. I need you to remember that you royal and we proud.
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and checks and balances, man. Make sure you guys go watch checks and balances, man. And I just want to love. And you about to take a shower? You could take one now, or you could take one later. Yeah, because you were in the pool, man. That was for basketball practice. Now this one's for the pool. Appreciate you, dog. You can close the door on your way out. You gonna take a shower? You got chlorine on you. Close the door. He just got out the shower because we went to the screening after basketball practice, and now he's like, "Man, I just got out the pool, man." You know. But anyways, man, take another shower. Like, anyways, man. I just want to clear some things up, man, because I mean, women lie, men lie, numbers don't, right? I'm not even going to talk on the premise of what I do know. I'm just going to talk on the premise of common sense. There's no dates after Adrian Broner, correct? And he said fighters should be fighting 2 to 3 times a year, correct? I'm just going to use his quotes and my common sense. What fighters on PBC are fighting 2 to 3 times a year? The fighters that are not with PBC and Samson. He said, I'm looking for a date for Fortuna. What's his name? That's a Samson promoter. Samson also has a showbox he just did or is coming up or something like that. See, they're going to talk because he can't say too much because his relationship with Al Haymon is definitely 10,000 times more important than the relationship that he has with mine. And at the end of the day, I just want these fights, man. You know what I mean? I could care less. You know what I mean? I'm going to give him the Eddie Hearn and the Bob Arum treatment because this is the job that he chose, man. I don't hate the man. I actually think Stephen Espinoza is a good guy. But in order for him to be successful in this business, he's going to have to be strong-willed. And something has to break, okay? And the reason why there is no Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, and there is no schedule, guys, because they got to do Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford first, because Al Haymon will not release his fighters without securing this deal first, which will set the precedence because just like the Fox deal, there has to be a lead-in. And there's no way Al Haymon, being a studious businessman, will release fighters to Showtime and not secure Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Now, part 2 to that is Stephen Espinoza's on the other side with 2 bags full of money and like, well, I got the money. I want Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. And Al was like, nah. Jamal Charlo needs a fight. Jamal Charlo hasn't been rescheduled because of Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Stephen, tell the truth. Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is dead. It's not happening. It's not happening at all. 0%. I mean, there's a 2% chance, but it's not next, I should say. Let me just say that. It's not dead. It's not next. All right. And they're so far from that fight is ridiculous, man. Don't fall for the hype. Tank Davis, they'll know more about Tank Davis the first week of October. So You'll know more about that in October because Tank Davis has some hearings and some court dates he got to get through, and then they will announce his dates with that as it pertains to Tank Davis. You know, it is what it is, man. Y'all either believe him or believe me, but he didn't tell you nothing. They're not close because, man, you can call it what you want, man. The assets are depreciating, but the contracts say they're not. Do you understand that? So let me explain something to you. Al Haymon has contracts with the fighters, and then Al Haymon presents the fights to Steven Espinoza. In order for the fight to take place, the number in these contracts has to equal what the fighter is actually scheduled to make, excuse me. And now Adrian Broner has said it, and Steven Espinoza is going to be in Adrian Broner's ear. Al Haymon will be in Adrian Broner's ear this week. And if this was, I ain't gonna lie, if this wasn't my kid's first week of school and Kennedy's first week in a big school, I would go to Miami just to get 10 minutes with Adrian Broner, just to let y'all know what I've been saying. What the over COVID is the actual facts. Steven Espinoza said, if you're fighting at the top, you should be fighting 2 to 3 times a year. Who's fighting 2 to 3 times a year? Fornduna. Who's Fornduna's promoter? You guessed it. Samson. That's why these fighters are not fighting, because Al Haymon controls these guys' destination because they don't have a promoter. Al Haymon convinced these guys to be their own promoter so he can control them. He doesn't want them to have Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, because it would be a conflict of business. Understand what I just said. The reason why Al Haymon wants Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis, the Charlos to have their own promotional company is so that Bob Arum won't say, you can't tell this nigga what to do. You're the manager. You can't be 2 places at one time. So how Al Haymon is legal is he tells Earl Spence, get your promotional company. Earl Spence, I'll manage you and you promote yourself. You guys see it? You guys see it? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a loophole. You rigged the game to make it work for you. I'm not mad at the man. I just want these guys fighting. All right. If I get the fights that I want, I'm happy. I'm happy. Leave me alone. And another thing I want to say, Steven Espinoza has a boss. He has numbers and baselines that he has to mix. I don't know his analytics. I don't know nothing. I don't know his analytics or nothing like that. All right. All right. And but Danny Garcia was the first time they hit over 400,000 people, I think, since Jamal Charlo. And then before that, was it Carissa Shields or some crazy number like that? I don't know, but they've been struggling. And if the ratings are low, the subscriptions are not coming in as they should. And that's where the problem lies, guys. Why didn't they reschedule Jamal Charlo? He had a back injury, right? Aren't we Juneteenth? We're 2 months, we're 8 weeks, we're 10 weeks away from Jamal Charlo's back injury. Why hasn't he been rescheduled? Y'all can say or do what you want or say what you want. Listen, the bottom line is Al Haymon is holding the fighters. Steven Espinoza is holding the money and the network. Steven Espinoza does not have to conform anymore because Al Haymon doesn't have Fox. If Al Haymon had Fox, hey, beautiful, what's up? Come here. I love you. All right. Oh, your cousins are leaving? All right, come, tell them to come to the door and say goodbye. We had a little pool party with the cousins. All right. And so and I'm gonna tell you guys, this is 100% facts, guys. I love y'all. Y'all can come by tomorrow. I'll be home all day tomorrow. Okay. All right. Love y'all. Oh, you have soccer tomorrow. Okay. Close the door. All right. Be careful. All right. Peace. All right. I'll be home watching football all day in the backyard. Like I'm about to leave. As soon as I do this video, I'm about to go watch football and then get ready for Teofimo Lopez. And and you guys say, why do me and Bob get along so well? Because it's two bank robbers going into a bank. I respect his line. He respects his line. Steven Espinoza wants to be liked and do business. You can't do both. You can't, just like me as a media member. I can't be friends with these guys and tell you guys the truth. Al Haymon and Steven Espinoza is at an impasse. That's it. You can lie and say y'all got a relationship. Well, if you got a relationship, why is there no PBC schedule? And according to you, why aren't they fighting 2 to 3 times a year? Like I said, history will prove me right or wrong. But if you listen, if you're very keen on that interview, he doesn't agree with Al Haymon's business model. If he wants 2 to 3 times a year and only fighters fighting 2 to 3 times a year because Al Haymon doesn't have control of him, is Sebastian Fortuna. And guess who? Jerron Ennis. Everybody else has to adhere to Al Haymon's rules. And the only way you win with Al Haymon is if he is in control. Steven Espinoza was so pissed. Man, listen. When they got that Fox deal and Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence went to Fox, I'm going to tell you, I done forgot the conversation I had, but don't let Steven Espinoza fool you. He was livid. And the reason why I know? Because I know. You get what I'm saying? He was livid. They don't have the best relationship. They know they need each other to stay in business. That's it. It's like the drug dealer has the customers, right? The man who manufactures drug know he needs the blue magic. The guy that makes the blue magic know he needs the neighborhood drug dealer. So they're at the impasse, man. I don't know if that was the correct analogy. I don't know, man. I was trying to make it. I don't know what the fuck I just said right there. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. It's real simple, y'all. So I'm telling y'all to hold your water. And after Adrian Broner fight, there's no schedule. I'm gonna give you guys. Caleb Plant says he's fighting October 9th. He said it, October 8th or October 9th, one of them dates. Let's see if he fights on October 9th. Let's see. Let's see if he fights October 9th. Let's see. What date was that? Because I just want to simplify this shit for y'all. If Caleb Plant doesn't fight October 9th, then we know the truth. What's the calendar? Yeah, I don't know how to do this shit. Okay, October 8th. Caleb Plant says he's scheduled to fight October 8th. He just signed Breadman, hired Breadman. So Breadman is now his current trainer. If they don't fight October 8th, then you know there's an impasse. And like he said, he's working on Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis. That's a smokescreen. How the hell are you gonna make Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia if you can't make Jaime Munguia, Jamal Charlo? They pulled the plug, man. I'm not paying this man all this money. I'm trying to get out of the deal. Listen, the Zone and Showtime knows how to get out of fights. They got out of the fights. They made it a court of public opinion. They pulled the plug. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, Jamal Charlo ends up with a back injury. Because I'm not paying Jamal Charlo his guarantee and getting nothing in return. There has been no new fight scheduled ever since the fans in boxing, the world, has begun to put this pressure on Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Now, y'all can believe what you want to believe. This ain't a message of hate. I don't hate Steven. I actually will shake his hand. I disagree with him. You know, they stole my movie, and I pitched it to him. I pitched it to Mark Jackson, pitched it to Kenny Smith. You know what I mean? And they did, but that's a whole nother topic. That's pennies in a dollar, because we're going to go to mediation and we're going to settle. And they're going to ask to put a gag order on me. That's all. In 5 years, whatever I decide to go do that, I'm going to do it. I'm just so happy right now. I just bought a mansion. I'm living my best life. As you see, we're doing pool parties with cousins. I don't want that energy in my life right now. So I'm going to take my time and do that. I'm never concerned with that. All right. The statute of limitations far exceeds me. And so I will do that in due time. This is about boxing. This is about the fights. Stephen Espinoza desires to be in the court of public opinion, so he has to get it. I think Stephen Espinoza is a good guy. I think his heart is in the right intentions, but he has a boss and he has analytics he has to meet, and Al Haymon will not release those fighters to secure those fight dates that Showtime needs to be on Showtime's network. And if you think I'm lying, after August 20th, there's no names on boxing. They're going to do them cheap-ass showbox cards, but nobody cares, per se. You know, Stephen Espinoza he sells it as these are the next stars. But it's not by accident. Lou DiBella's back in the mix on Showtime. Now, Samson got his own card. You know why? He's slowly trying to get some power and some energy. One, to force Al Haymon's hand and to create boxing content without Al Haymon. Do you get it? It's business. They gonna say it's not personal. It's business. That's it. And these are the facts. You don't see Stephen Espinoza in Sam's Town on Friday doing Floyd Mayweather cards anymore. You know why? Because Floyd Mayweather as a business entity is not profitable. Don't let them tell you what it is, man. If Floyd Mayweather was profitable, there would be Sam's Town's cards on a Friday night. Stephen Espinoza and his beautiful girl, who's a kind woman, they would be in Sam's Town on Friday night. We got to make these fights, guys. And I'm asking you guys to hold your water. Don't make it personal against Stephen Espinoza. Don't make it personal with Al Haymon. Demand these fights. And don't make it personal with them. You know why I say don't make it personal with them? Y'all think it's personal. It's fun because I get to agitate black people, like who believe in this black power movement. And Al Haymon, Earl Spence, and Terrence Crawford are three black entities in boxing who have their own brand but can't make the fight. It's not about black. So because what we're going to do is transfer the energy to the next promoter, manager, network guy. So don't hold it personal because we have the power. We got the subscribers. We got the money. So don't hold it personal against Stephen Espinoza. Just be a man or woman about it. Stand your ground. That's it. And then when Bob Arum fuck up, but the good thing about Bob is I'm going to call the nigga on, excuse me, he's not in there. I'm going to call him on it. And I'm going to call him like, Bob, what the fuck is up with this fight? Why we ain't get this fight? I'm not going to give no, I'm not going to give no cool type of questions and hi, how you doing? I'm going to ask him logically. Just how we got the information on Terrence Crawford. No one else in boxing could ever did that because everybody wants to be everybody's friend. That's why Stephen Espinoza will never come on my platform again because he knows I know what I know. And for him to act naive in that interview is ridiculous. He knows I know. It ain't no secret, man. You know? And oh man, what else? Where else where I'm at? So at the end of the day, Stephen Espinoza and Al Haymon is in the hot seat. Don't take them off until we get this fight. Okay? And then what's next is we got to put Canelo on the hot seat for May. He got to fight David Benavidez in May or whoever that guy is that the fans want. Don't let up. Keep on demand. We have the power at the end of the day. And this is what I want us to learn and ultimately value. Don't hate these guys. That's too much energy to hate these guys. Y'all think I hate Al Haymon? No, it's fun playing with y'all. I love playing with y'all emotions like a yo-yo. Y'all think Al Haymon is the savior. Y'all don't even know what. Y'all never even met him. Never even seen him on the internet. I'm going to tell you one thing. No, I'm not even going to go there because I'll change the tenor of the conversation. But anyways, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. And barbershop conversations. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. It is y'all believe what you want. I'm telling y'all the truth. Stephen Espinoza told you nothing in that interview. Nothing. Except that he disagrees with Al Haymon's business model. I want him fighting 2 to 3 times a year. How come Stevie Fulton don't have a date? Because he signed the Al. How come Jamal Charlo date isn't rescheduled? Because he signed the Al. How come who else? Name any PBC fighter. Any. Earl Spence, because they signed the Al. The reason why Funduner's getting a date is because he has a middleman that Al Haymon can't have power over him because he has a promoter. And what's Samson gonna do? Nah, you can't fuck with me, dog. There's an Ali Act. You got to be the manager. You can't do shit. Barbershop conversations, man. Y'all have a great day, man. And man, happy Saturday, man. Tiafimo in a couple hours, man. And this is the truth. Stephen Espinoza can't deny me, man. Come on, man. I mean, there's no way. I mean, y'all just believe what you want to believe. But after August 20th, I guarantee you there'll be pot shotting dates because Stephen Espinoza has to cave in and fulfill those dates, just like ESPN has to fulfill those dates. And there's some clauses in their deals and their incentives and their guarantees and their bonuses that say if you don't fulfill these dates, guess what we get to do? Pull our resources. Guess what Fox did? Pull their resources. Al Haymon has to split the deal with Fox. Al Haymon, the dumbest thing he didn't do was create a DAZN app, PBC app, sports app. He never did it. Those guys will forever take 30% from Al Haymon because he didn't have a plan. Ryan Caldwell told him, say, I can get us 800 to $1 billion, 800 million to $1 billion. I'll be the fund manager and I'll funnel the money through you, and PBC must fail. Because if it succeeds, guess what? We got to pay these money. We got to pay these investors back from Waddell and Reed. And so Al Haymon is the fund manager. He can't be regulated. Of course, Al Haymon has $50 million of his own money to make this Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight. But he won't do it. Al Haymon has never put up his own money. He's never used his own money, y'all. He got started out of HBO's money. HBO. And Al Haymon may be a good guy, but he's not. He may be good to fighters. He's not good to fans. And you guys, fans, got to be smart enough and wake up to say, if I'm not getting this talent in the ring 2 or 3 times a year, nobody's doing their job. As simple as that. And we carry this energy to the next promoter. Go watch my questioning with Bob Arum. Nobody in boxing is a better interviewer than me, hands down. I do my homework. I'm intelligent. I know what $1 million contracts look like. I know what television contracts look like. I know what movie contracts look like. I understand this shit, man. You can't fool or trick me at 44 years old. I'm not enticed with fame. He can Stephen Espinoza can fool can fool Steven Jackson. They hired him to be a nigga. Be cool, Steven. Smoke your weed. All the smoke, man. We need these young subscribers to keep on coming in. Yeah, because we don't have no really young programming on Showtime. We don't have no young talent. DS and Morris is gone. Was that Showtime, HBO? I don't know. But the point I want to make is that's why Steven Jackson has a job, to be a nigga. Smoke weed and be a nigga. Barbershop conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe. So in summarization, Al Haymon and Stephen Espinoza is at an impasse. If I'm lying, why is there no schedule? Why is there no schedule, Stephen Espinoza? If you guys work so well together, you guys doing business together, what does the schedule have to do with Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford? Everything. You don't believe me? How you think we got that Fox deal rolling in the Earl Spence, Mikey Garcia? Fox was excited. Yeah, Al Haymon did a great job at selling Fox on this deal. But the numbers, the Fox is like, shit, I'm paying these high-ass boxing salaries, and I could put NASCAR on. I can do replays. I can do shoulder program in a college football and get 3 million views. I could do replays of The Simpsons because I own that. Why would I give you Earl Spence's salary and Mikey Garcia's salary and Caleb Plant's salary, Deontay Wilder's salary? Why would I give you all that money and I could just put The Simpsons on, Futurama, some cheap shoulder programming where the talent only costs $100,000 a year? They just happy to be on Fox or put on these old movies. Y'all need to watch this video 3 times to get exactly what I just said. Barbershop Conversations, man. Y'all have a great day, man. Man, y'all believe what you want to believe. I know the truth. Go on.
He took at least 9 that we know about. And I'm not speculating because he told this to me himself.
God has a funny way of showing you lessons.
Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
I just need you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you.